Engineering is all about solving the problems that occur in our daily lives. As a Form 6 student, my current life is revolved around academics and obtaining good grades. One of the most common problems I find is that many of my friends regret choosing their electives. They realize that they have no affinity for the subject and couldn't perform well no matter how hard they tried and studied. Some even decided to drop their electives, wasting a precious elective quota. I dug deeper into this issue and realized that the root cause was that most students had no idea how to choose their electives. They had no good grasp of their strength back in Form 3 and therefore didn't know which subject they perform well in. I decided to use my newly learned skills on artificial intelligence and create a model to recommend electives to them. I realize that my project or idea is not the most complex one, but I think it's relevant to me and I believe that it can actually help the people around me, which is why I decided to do it. Hopefully, this can prevent more wrong choices and improve students' overall academic results. Students can study with a peace of mind knowing that they wouldn't have wasted their potential on certain subjects and focus more on studying instead of on regrets. Without further ado, let's move on to a demonstration of my project.
So I've taken two approaches on my project, and the first one is the collaborative filtering approach. So here we're going to run the code. And from here you can see that we first read the data from an Excel sheet in my computer, which is the results of the students in Form 3 and as well as their respective electives and their results there. So here is where you enter the new data, which you want results for. Actually, so since there are 13 entries, I just prepared one beforehand. Let me just paste. Okay. So once you enter this, the collaborative filtering approach would basically find the closest entry and put them out here in a listing order. And here you can have the closest entry to the requirements I specified here. And then they would see that here, most students who had similar grades as mine had took economics. Like two of them took economics, two of them took physics, and some took ICT, some took PE, some took VA. So students can use this as a reference. Obviously, this approach is less accurate because this is based on past students, and we don't really know if the past students chose the right elective as well. So after showing you the collaborative filtering approach, which is the less effective one, now I'm going to show you the multi-layer perception approach. So I use the pandas library and the scikit-learn library here. And first I have to import things, the basic things I need to. Okay, so here I read the Excel sheet again, and then here I train the data. I add the data set into the X, which is the inputs, and the Y, which is the output. So if I want to predict, for example, chemistry here, then I will put chemistry as the Y, which is the output layer. And then I'll continue running the code. So this is currently this bit here is the input layer. So you input this data, and then the output layer is here. So you define the model here with a multi-layer perceptron regressor, and then you fit the data into the model, and then you will predict the results here, which is the predicted results for chemistry. Yep. And then here is the actual results for the grades. But then because some students might necessarily not have taken the subject, so it will be put as 0. So this model score is actually something from the scikit-learn library, and as shown here in this photo, it actually represents the correctness of this model. So yeah, we can change the output layer. For example, here it's chemistry, right? So we can change it to like economics, for example, and then we run the code, and then it would have a different model score. And then basically we compare the score here for economics, as well as the score for different electives, and then we rank them based on the highest score. Yep, so that's basically how the multi-layer perceptron regressor approach works. So this is the end of the demonstration of my project. Thank you for watching. Bye!